edition of Brownsville As Is with
A for Shauna.
S for Sonia. And today we're in a very special park in our history, the Shiloh National Battlefield.
Yes.
But at a part of the park I didn't know about.
Yeah, the Shiloh Indian Mounds. How exciting, especially with this being November, right?
And it's Native American Heritage Month.
That's it, yeah.
And we have the special treat of having Ranger Timothy Arnold with us, who's going to show us the mounds and tell us about the park.
Hey, I'm ready. Are you?
I'm ready.
Y'all come on.
I am Timothy Arnold. I'm a park ranger here at Shiloh National Military Park, and I've been here for about 12 years now. We're at the Shiloh Indian Mounds right now. It's a complex of mounds that were left over from some Native Americans that were here from 1050 to 1400 AD. There were no Europeans that came in this area, so that's kind of an issue when it comes to trying to understand the historical record of the people that inhabited this place. But at the same time they lived here, there were Europeans that visited other mound cultures, and so we understand a lot from what they had drawn from the places that they had actually been. Here on the other hand, like I said, there were no Europeans that came through here, so there's no written record of the time of this place being inhabited here at the park. I say at the park because we're on a national battlefield here at Shiloh. This is a hidden gem. The road to get down here was closed for many years, so it was even untouched for a long time, and it was also never plowed, which kind of leads to another point, like what do we know and how do we know it? It's because of archaeological digs and excavations that took place here. One of the first ones was in 1899 by guys who actually fought here at this battle, who came back to establish this place as a national battlefield, but they were like, yeah, we've got these mounds here. So one of the things they wanted to do was explore one of the mounds or the area, and they did so. They found that they had actually dug into a burial mound, which this particular set of people are known as the mound builders, the Mississippian time period, and there's three telltale signs of Mississippian mound builders. One of those is burial pits that are covered up in either wood or stone slabs, so like a wooden sarcophagus, kind of a tomb type thing. That's one of them. The other is houses built on bent pole, and the third one is shell-tempered pottery, so pottery that the clay is held together with fragments of shell inside of it. So those are the three telltale signs of the Mississippian mound builders. Actually, another kind of moment in Mississippian time period is when you start kind of having that the caste system. You start seeing people who are higher up in society, they'll live closer to town or even on one of those mounds. And so, which there are 7 of those mounds here, one of the 7 being a burial mound, the others are not. But the mounds is a way of showing prestige. It's kind of showing who's higher up in the social ladder. Most of everything I've ever seen is always near a river. That's their highway. That's the way they got around back then easily. Of course, you know, a few hundred years later, when the Civil War happens here, you've got rivers and now railroads. So, but at the time they inhabited this place, that river is their main system. And that's on that note. They're trading up and down the river. They're communicating with the people up and down the river. This was just one of the mound sites in the area. This was the largest in the surrounding area. There's no 100% on exactly who these people became. When they left here in 1400, they just up and left. There's no signs of warring. There's no signs of mass disease or anything like that. They just left. And we don't know exactly where they went. However, we know some of their influences before they were here, which is the biggest thing is they have influence from Cahokia, which is up in Illinois. So that's a native peoples that actually predate this area. So there's kind of hints that it's people that came from them, or that they were actually trading with that tribe, the Cahokia tribe. So they could have actually been a part of them or just trading with them. The importance of preserving this particular place is it is someone's story. And there are people alive today who did. We just don't know who they are, but that did come from these people here. So it's someone's story. It means a lot to. We had the Chickasaw Nation was just here recently, helping us with an event, and it meant something to them because it's part of their story, and could possibly be. They are one of the tribes that it could possibly have been. So that's one of the reasons, is because there are still people alive today that it is part of their backstory, their history. What we learn from this is we're learning more about the people that inhabited this particular area. I mean, it's being a Civil War battlefield. That's what we talk about most of the time. But we get to talk about something else. We do other programs here, night sky programs, owl programs, and then we have these beautiful mounds here. Now, I said there were 7 mounds. There's actually more than 7, but they weren't deliberately built as mounds. It's the remnants of the houses that were here, and over 100 houses have been found. Now, remember, those are the bent pole style of houses, but they found over 100 sites so far. The reason there's a mound left is it's just the debris of what was the house has now just become part of the earth again. I actually have pictures of bent pole over here on the wall, and it really is. It's as simple as it sounds. It's just bent pole that comes together and is attached at the very top of that. And then, of course, they use thatch on the side of it. Also, something else to add is that a lot of the artifacts, or some of the artifacts that were found here, are up in the Tennessee River Museum in Savannah, Tennessee. So we give out a white card. When you come into the visitor center, it's with a brochure, and that gets you and whoever's with you into the Tennessee River Museum for free. So that's kind of an incentive of making sure you come by the battlefield first before you come here to the mounds, because you can also get a brochure from us with more information on the mounds, and then also that card that gets you into the Tennessee River Museum. In Mound C, the burial mound, one of the things that they found was an effigy pipe from Cahokia, Illinois. That is on display at the Tennessee River Museum, so I encourage everyone to do that, because it kind of fills in the rest of the story. This area was closed for a long time because the road that goes around and comes out at the visitor center was eroding. It was falling into the river. But that's also true about one of the mounds, which is why some work got done here in the early 2000s. Mound A, the largest mound, was falling into the river. That's an emergency situation, so they got the funding real quick to shore everything up. Once that happens, the road will also get finished across Dill Branch Ravine, and then now the road is reopened again, and it was closed for a very long time. So it was one of those big things when it got reopened again. A lot more visitors were able to view this rather than having to walk all the way to get to the mounds. Now they can actually drive through the mounds as part of the driving tour. As part of the entire battlefield, we have something called the Junior Ranger Book. It goes through the different parts or different things in the battle. It goes through the museum, but there's also a part in there that have questions for the Shiloh Mounds. So it actually will bring them out to the mounds, and they've got to do the 1.1 mile trail around the mound complex. And there's questions along the way for them, so they'll actually able to learn by answering those questions in the Junior Ranger Book. I encourage everyone to come here. Like I say, not just for the battlefield, but for the nature, and definitely here for the mounds here, because it's a hidden gem. It's in one of the largest mound complexes that survive, and definitely that's been preserved, I should say. So it's a hidden gem here, and everybody needs to come check it out. We are here at the park each November for Native American History Month. We usually give a tour or two around the mounds, which right now it's scheduled to take place on November the 12th, but anybody can check with our Facebook page or call us to find out for sure and to sign up for that hike. I say hike, it's just a mile, but I'll be giving that on November the 12th.
Well, Sonia, what do you think?
I think November is the perfect time for Native American History Month, because this is beautiful this time of year.
Oh, yes. Check out the scene behind us. Oh, my
Is that
goodness.
like the $1 million view or what?
Today it is, for certain.
It is.
For certain.
It
And
is.
you know what? Ranger Tim Arnold was just wonderful, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah,
What a
yeah.
wealth of information about the Native Americans who inhabited here.
That's right. Right here at Shiloh. Yeah,
Who knew?
that's right. Until next time.
Until next time.
Bye, y'all.